niggas is savage, ruthless, ooh. We got 30s and 100 rounds to do. All set, whoa, 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 whoa. Records on records, got backers on backers. I'm riding around in a coupe. I take your bitch right from you. Bitch, I'm a dog. Beat that whole walls. Hop in the frog. I tell that bitch don't come for me. Come for me. Ooh. Rain drop, drop, drop top, drop top. Smoking on cookie in the hot box. Fucking on your bitch, she a dot dot. Cooking up dope in the crock pot. Ooh, ooh. I swear these niggas is under me. They hating the devil, keep jumping me. Bank rolls on me, keep me company. Hey, we do the most. Pull up and goes, yeah. My diamonds a choke. Holding the fight with no holster. Rick the ruler, diamonds cooler. We came from nothing to something. I don't trust nobody, grip the trigger. We'll call up the gang and they come and get you. Cry me a real, we'll give you a tissue. Oh, it's a rolling, not a mule. Tapping on them like the usual. Magic with the break the voodoo. Courtside with a bad bitch. My bitch is bad and bougie. Cooking a dope with a boozy. Woo. My niggas is savage, ruthless. Ooh. We got 30s and 100 rounds to do. And I send the bitch through Uber. I'm young and rich and plus I'm bougie. I'm not stupid, so I keep the boozy. Records on records, got backers on backers. So my money making my blanket. You niggas got a low act rate. We from the north, yeah, that way. Fat cookie blood in the ashtray. Two bitches, just national smash day. Hop in the lamb, have a drag race. I let them birds take a bath, babe. Ooh. Rain drop, drop, drop top, drop top. Smoking on cookie in the hot box. Fucking on your bitch, she a dot dot. Cooking up dope in the crock pot. Dropping my outer space, keep cutting. Introduce me to your bitch ass wifey, and we know she slut. Could break down all your body, now that nigga ducking. Ooh, don't move too fast, I might shoot you. Draco bad and bougie, I'm always hanging with shooters. Might be posted somewhere secluded, private. My bitch is bad and bougie. Cooking up dope with a boozy. Ooh, my niggas is savage, ruthless. Ooh. Got 30s and 100 rounds to do. Still be playing with pots and pans. Call me Quavo attitude. Run with that sack, call me booby. When I'm on stage, show me boobies. Ice on my neck, I'm the coolest. Ooh. Call me Quavo attitude. Going with that sack, call me booby. When I'm on stage, show me boobies. Ice on my neck, I'm the coolest. Ooh, ooh. Yeah, that way. Float on the track like a Segway. Yeah, that way. I used to trap on the subway. Yeah, that way. Young nigga trap with the AK. Yeah, that way. Big Dyke Hawk, get it on, make see back. My bitch is bad and bougie. Cooking up dope with a boozy. My niggas is savage, ruthless, ooh. We got 30s and 100 rounds to do. Rain drop, 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 top, drop, top. Smoking on cookie in the hot box. Fucking on your bitch, she a thot thot. Cooking up dope in the crock pot. Ooh, ooh. We came from nothing to something. I don't trust nobody, grip the trigger, ooh. Call up the gang and they come and get you. Call me a river, give you a tissue. God next up, God next up, ooh. God next up, God next up, ooh. You know, young rich niggas, you know, so we never really had no old money. We got a whole lot of new money though.
That nigga that'll represent like me, who'll say some shit like me. One who'll lay the dick like me. You don't know that nigga who'll do the shit that I do. Front to your whole little some love, take the bar, bone for the thugs. You don't know, then they come. No more niggas than me, who do more killings than me, way more dope killings than me. You don't know, then they come. That dress fresher than me, and you don't know that nigga that way more photo shit than me, bitch. You don't know that nigga. You don't know nigga. You don't know that nigga. Bitch, you don't know that nigga. Bitch, you don't know that nigga. That nigga.
Don't know now who down in the places out there who can stand the grass that I spent. 5 or 6 best friends, and you don't know that. Let's chain like me, that a faster thing like me, on a awful thing like me. Yeah, you don't know. That's a chain like me, that a faster thing like me, on a awful thing like me.
Oh, you don't know that nigga. Bitch, you don't know that nigga. Oh, you don't know. Bitch, you don't know that nigga. Don't know that nigga. I bet bitch you don't know that nigga. Oh, no, you don't know that nigga.
Good morning, people. Good morning. How y'all doing? Um, we got one topic on the strange news stories today. Shannon Sharpe, his lawsuit, and apparently DJ Academics has put the whole case or the lawsuit, and including all the text messages that Shannon put out between him and the girl. He got out it, so we're gonna listen to that. We're gonna listen to Law and Crime break down what the lawsuit say. We're gonna listen to about 3 videos just in telling it, and y'all have some things now. Well, she's 20 now, so I guess she was 19 when they hooked up. I heard people talking about that. I heard people talking about in the text messages he was saying he wanted his ass ate. I find that weird. I don't understand men that do that. You got to be in the air like a bitch for that to even happen. I don't understand it. Hey, you got to put your legs up or something like a bitch for that to happen. Sorry, you just do. Some people saying something about her being white. Something else. Oh, it was some shit about how she was in there texting him, I want you to put a big black ass baby in me. That sounds really, really racist because he is a dark skinned nigga and she white. But we don't listen to all this shit and get up out of here. 2 hours.
Everybody, it's your boy BREAD Fox coming from the Chicks Universe, and today we are talking about the Shannon Sharpe situation in regards to there is an update, and is on some freak, nasty, absolute freaky deaky type of things. Pause. Frog, you freaky frog. Fucking freaky.
He's supposed to be freaky. He a 50-something-year-old man. The hell?
Frog, Shannon Sharpe actually just responded to the lawsuit, and he did so via the way of his legal counsel. Now, to say that the way that the legal counsel put out the statement is unorthodox would be a gross understatement.
I fuck with how the legal team put it out. She wanted to be Jane Doe. He knew who that bitch was. He put her name out. Y'all go look at who lying on me. That's this fucked up. You get to accuse a man of some egregious shit, but then get to keep your name anonymous. Fuck no. The world needs to know who the hell we need to be looking out for, because this bitch lying on niggas. $50 million, not 1 million, not 2, not 500,000. This bitch wants $50 million.
I'm going to get right to it. This is exactly what the statement said, word for word. And I'm going to put it up on the screen as well, so you don't think I'm adding any type of fuel to the flame. And just so you know, trigger warning, Unc is on some freak nasty. So Shannon Sharpe tweeted from his Twitter account this statement via his legal counsel. Statements by Lanny J. Davis, counsel to Shannon Sharpe. I want you to put a dog collar around my neck and choke me with it while you're effing me. Gabriella Zuninga in a text.
He putting them. How Shannon into some freaky shit? That was she texting him saying she wanted him to do. She wanted him to choke her, put a dog collar around her. That ain't freaky on his behalf.
Message to Shannon Sharpe on October 7th, 2023. Now, I'm going to stop right there for a second just to point out a few things. So now we know who the person is that's suing Shannon Sharpe. And I guess Shannon Sharpe wasn't going for any of that Jane Doe nonsense. So he literally just doxed the lady. And I hope there's no legal repercussions for that. There shouldn't be, because
it's not illegal unless it's malicious. That wasn't malicious. That's clear in the air.
Firm believer, if you're going to sue me, then I should be able to know exactly who is suing me. Next line. I know you missed this big, juicy ASS. $25K for each cheek. Gabriella Zuninga in a text message to Shannon Sharpe, 1/1/2025 at 9:50 and 19 seconds p.m. Wow. Bro, put it down to the second. He's not playing game. After that, they now went into the actual lawsuit statement, and this is what they said. The lawsuit filed by Gabriella Zuninga and orchestrated by her attorney, Tony Busby, is a blatant and cynical attempt to shake down Mr. Sharpe for millions of dollars. It is filed with lies, distortions, and misrepresentations, and it will not succeed. In her effort to extract a large financial settlement, Mrs. Zuninga presented Mr. Sharpe with a secretly recorded video of a consensual sexual encounter. We believe the video has been heavily edited and taken entirely out of context, crafted to falsely portray a consensual act as non-consensual. Ms. Zuninga has refused to provide a copy of the full, unedited version of the recording to Mr. Sharpe's legal team. To set the record straight, we are releasing several of Ms. Zuninga's explicit text messages to Mr. Sharpe that clearly indicate the nature of their relationship was consensual and sexual in nature, and in many cases initiated by her with specific and graphic requests. Contrary to the allegations she makes in her lawsuit, consensual sex continued until January 2nd, 2025, the day after she asked for $25,000 per cheek, as quoted above from her text message from Mr. Sharpe. I'm sorry, this is hilarious. There are other examples of text from Mrs. Zuninga. For example, only if you put that baby gravy in me. That
gay. Now, keep in mind, because I heard people talking about her age allowed her to realize that she was talking to Shannon Sharpe, an NFL Hall of Famer, and a nigga who be on TV every day and got a popping ass podcast. She knew that. If this was a regular nigga, would she be suing for $50 million? Would she be suing at all?
What's she claiming?
I gotta see what this chick look like. We about to listen to it. It's a lot.
I can do whatever I want to be. Text message from Gabriella Zuninga to Shannon Sharpe, November 23rd, 2023. I want to put my tongue in your a-hole and then marry you. Text from Gabriella Zuninga to Shannon Sharpe, January 12th.
Wait, she told Shannon she wanted to put her tongue in his asshole and then marry him? That's weird.
2024. That's my daddy F. I want you to put a big black baby in me. Whoa.
That's racist.
Text from Gabriella Zuninga to Shannon Sharpe, August 6, 2024. You better crave it because you're gonna stuck with it for life after you put a big black baby in me. Text from Gabriella Zuninga to Shannon Sharpe, August 11, 2024. These messages are just a sampling of a broader pattern of graphic sexual communications initiated by
DJ Academics got all them jokes.
Clear picture. This was a consensual adult relationship that included role-playing, sexual language, and fantasy scenarios explicitly requested by Miss Zuninga. The edited tape that Miss Zuninga secretly taped and showed to Mr. Sharpe during her blackmail attempt tries to falsely portray, as a result of this editing and out of context from prior text messages, that the sexual activity was not consensual. But Mr. Sharpe now believes her secret taping was all part of her plan set up as part of her blackmail scheme. As distorted by her edited tape, a copy of which she refused to make available to Mr. Sharpe or his counsel. Mr. Sharpe categorically denies all allegations of
nigga about to get $100 million bag. She's suing for $50 million.
Lie of rape, and will not submit to what he sees as an egregious attempt at blackmail.
Egregious, sir. Egregious.
By the truth, and is prepared to fight these false claims vigorously in court. Forward to Vex and the law. Boy, oh boy, it seems like Shannon Sharpe is taking the Jay-Z stance on this one. He's not going for it. He is not going to bend. He is not going to fold. He's going to stand up straight and fight on his toes. This is crazy. The way that they've already went about this shows that although Tony Busby originally looked like he wasn't trying to play it in a court of public opinion and really just stick to the facts of the law, Shannon Sharpe's legal team is obviously saying, nah, buddy. Your face card is terrible in the public. So that's definitely where we're playing this thing out. So they took a page out of Tony Busby's book and used it again. The accused text messages are extremely graphic, which I guess is point to serve so that people can understand the nature of their sexual relation. And one thing, Gabriella Zuninga allegedly asked for unprotected sex on multiple occasions, asking for Shannon Sharpe.
But she said he took it.
Put a big black baby in her. So,
but he took it from her.
Up in court, I see my boy
she
Shannon
was willing
Sharpe
to give it, but he took it.
And keeping his face card clean and keeping everything off of his jacket as it should be if he is innocent. Kudos to Shannon Sharpe and his legal team because it looks like they're ready to fight.
Now, this is the Canadian hood nigga breakdown. Next, we're going to do the law and crime breakdown. And third, we're going to have the mainstream podcast to break down.
Comments. Also, make sure that you like and subscribe. It's your boy BREAD Fox reporting from the Chicks Universe. And as always, till next time.
This just in, the Texas attorney who targeted Sean Diddy Combs with dozens of civil lawsuits has a new target in his sights. NFL legend Shannon Sharpe. A brand new lawsuit was
just killing these black men out here.
Manipulative and abusive and
what's her claim?
Sexually assaulted arrested
essay.
with the latest claims allegedly happening as recently as January. We got our hands on the filing, and we're going to break down everything you need to know. Welcome to Sidebar, presented by Law and Crime. I'm Jesse Weber. Tony Busby's back. The lawyer who went after Sean.
A minute to go through. You gotta listen. Shit.
He is still swinging at high-profile men that he claims are abusers. This time he's calling out Shannon Sharpe, the 56-year-old NFL superstar turned podcaster and commentator. Brand new lawsuit filed against Shannon Sharpe. We got a copy of it right here. It was filed out in Nevada. We're going to go over it. But Shannon Sharpe, because you don't know who he is, he played 14 seasons in the NFL, the Denver Broncos, the Baltimore Ravens. He was inducted. After he retired, he spent time as a sports commentator and analyst. You might remember that he co-hosted Skip and Shannon Undisputed with Skip. By the way, Fox filing earlier this year. We covered it here on Sidebar as well. Now, Sharpe is part of the sports podcast space. He hosts two shows, Club Shay Shay and Nightcap. In fact, you remember his interview with comedian Cat Williams in January 20?
That broke the internet.
Club Shay Shay that helped spark, I should say,
dollars 4 times. 4 times. Just to protect my integrity and that I was telling you about. Right.
Yeah. You said what?
Oh, I said, what did I say?
What did you say?
Fuck, I'm trying to think what I said. I forgot. I already forgot. I don't know. I said something. It wasn't relevant, really.
Tell him no.
Yeah, what the hell did I say, people?
I did.
Oh, I know what I said. I said it broke the internet. It broke the
For
internet.
his own accusations of abuse, because on Monday morning, Texas.
That interview broke
Oh,
the
you talking
internet.
about the Cat Williams interview?
Yeah. That one. Yeah. That's what I meant.
Tony Busby announced on his Instagram that he'd filed a $50 million lawsuit in Nevada court against Sharpe. On Instagram, he wrote in part, "I'm extremely proud to represent Jane Doe. It takes a great deal of courage forward to pressing this case in court." So we're going to go over this, but I want to first bring in John Clune, civil attorney who litigates on behalf of survivors of sexual abuse and sexual assault. John, so good that you fully go through this lawsuit. So you and I are going to break this down in basically real time. When we saw this early this morning, it was a shock to us. What was your initial reaction?
My initial reaction was the timing of it, to be honest. Before I read the lawsuit, just the timing of it for it to be filed, on Easter Sunday, that struck me as an unusual move. But then as I went, disturbing. We don't know if.
John, I have to say, to go after Shannon Sharpe, if you're Tony Busby, after what just happened with Jay-Z. Remember, he filed that lawsuit on behalf of a Jane Doe, a woman who claimed that she was 13 years old back in 2000 and was sexually assaulted by Jay-Z. That lawsuit was dropped, and it came after serious questions of her story and credibility surfaced, both by reporting by NBC News and evidence that was presented by Jay-Z's side. Jay-Z ended up suing this woman, suing Tony Busby as well. So now to go after Shannon Sharpe, another high-profile figure, does that tell you that he feels he has the evidence in this case?
Well, Mr. Busby is a pretty bold mover in this space. I mean, he seems to not be, shy about his decision making. So it could mean that he's got the goods in this particular case, or it could just be, of course, and this is how he, handles his high-profile cases.
But and me, and I know You can't just file a frivolous lawsuit. You can't file a lawsuit to harass somebody. You have to believe the law, the facts. There's, there has to be some semblance of facts that you put forward in a complaint that pass a motion to dismiss test. So he has to feel that he might not breaking ethics.
In a sexual assault, just a Jane Doe against an individual, is it's really hard to get rid of that case on a motion to dismiss or even down the road on a motion for summary judgment. Because if you have your client who's saying, this is what happened to me, and then in this case, say Mr. Sharpe says, no, that's not what happened, it was very different, that's really a trial issue. That's not something a judge is really going to dismiss on motion. So other types of cases that have more subtle elements to them maybe can get dismissed on motion, but this kind of thing is really hard for a defendant to get rid of short of trial.
By the way, our content shows just how rampant crime is right now, and that is especially true with cybercrime. Cybercrime is growing more dangerous and widespread. It threatens businesses like guarding your data. Jane Doe, so filing under Jane Doe, a pseudonym, typically speaking, how likely is it that she will be able to continue moving forward in this litigation anonymously? I know in the Sean Combs case, several courts have said that the Jane Does and possibly even the John Does have had to come forward and reveal their identities. Talk to me about what the interest, the different factors the court will look at, and whether or not Jane Doe would be able to proceed anonymously.
Yeah, I'd say at best it's 50-50 that she's able to proceed in that fashion. I mean, generally speaking, there's a strong preference in the courts for transparency and open proceedings. That includes using your real name in the lawsuit. If you can convince a court that there's a public interest in keeping her name from the public, which can be something like safety issues, it can be the shame of the situation, if it's the age of the person, quite often if they're underage, you're much more likely to be able to keep the pseudonym. But in this kind of case where it's one adult against another, unless there's any particular safety harms, it's not an easy thing to be able to convince a judge to keep it as a Jane Doe.
Yeah, and I've seen the argument put forward by the judge. Basically, if you are choosing to file a lawsuit and you are putting this celebrity in the spotlight, the defendant has a right to defend himself, to investigate your claims, to investigate you. You're the one who chose to file the lawsuit and put your credibility at issue. So you should have to be able to proceed with your name and your identity being exposed. But again, there are certain factors to consider. And by the way, when we talk about Tony Busby, let's not forget, he filed numerous lawsuits on behalf of others against Sean Combs. That's how his name has really come up in the news in the past several years, right? He held that press conference where he said that he was representing so many dozens and dozens of accusers against Sean Combs. So now I want to dig into
and Deshaun Watson.
So Tony Busby, let me just say this. Known for his flamboyant speech in his civil filings. And in this one doesn't appear to be any exception, because it begins, a woman can say yes to consensual sexual relations with a man 99 times, but when she says no, even once, that no means no. Defendant Shannon Sharpe, a man who's accustomed to getting what he wants, completely fails to understand this basic concept. After many months of manipulating and controlling plaintiff, a woman more than 30 years younger than he, and repeatedly threatened to brutally choke and violently slap her, Sharpe refused to accept the answer no and raped plaintiff, despite at this same gym as Shannon Sharpe in Los Angeles. And she was 19 at the time. This is what she claims. And she claims that he had been watching her during her workouts and finally introduced himself, insisting that she give him her number. And the filing says that Jane Doe found Sharpe, quote, physically intimidating. The lawsuit reads, over the next couple of weeks.
So he approached her and asked for her number. And because he's big and swole, she was scared to give it to him, and she was scared, and so she gave him the number. She didn't go to the gym staff and say, I feel uncomfortable, because this would have probably been recorded. He was watching her workout, and he insisted, like he made her give her his number. This was she claiming.
Why didn't you give him a fake number? A lot of women do that shit.
I guess because it would have been too. She would have seen him again at the gym. I don't know, Gabe. It doesn't make sense. But her reasoning for giving the number is she was scared because he was physically intimidating.
See,
Like,
my
he the
my
only
my
buff
athletic days are
motherfucker at the
long
gym.
gone, So I don't know shit about the gym no more. I don't know any of that stuff no more. So I don't know how the etiquette goes or whatever. But I still, I just say bullshit. I say bullshit. Sorry, women. See, this is what happens when women, too many women say, or too many women put out false rape allegations out there. And there's been a lot of that lately.
This lady said she was forced to give her number out. That's crazy.
At what gunpoint?
Sharpe incessantly pursued plaintiff. He constantly approached her at the gym and attempted to contact her with phone calls and text messages asking to meet up, unwilling to take no for an answer. Eventually, plaintiff gave in and agreed to meet with Sharpe outside of the gym. However, before doing so, Sharpe demanded that Doe sign a non-disclosure agreement, or NDA, something plaintiff found a bit concerning. She wondered why Sharpe was so insistent on her side.
What the fuck? That is normal for rich niggas to do. Sign NDAs. Exactly. I be doing a lot of shit you can't tell nobody. That's normal. But again, she's saying that he kept asking for the number and she finally gave it to him. She found him she didn't give him the number the first time. He hollered at her. She said, no, I guess it was a Steve Urkel, Laura Winslow joint, and Shannon was saying, I'm wearing you down, girl. I'm wearing you down. And she finally gave him the number, agreed to go out with him. And then, okay, they get ready to go out. He was like, I need you to sign this NDA. I find it weird, but I'm going to do it and go out with you anyway. So if you had all these red flags, man, why did you stay for 2 years?
2 years? Jesus.
An NDA. She refused.
Thrown out of court.
Despite his repeated efforts to get her to sign,
yeah, it ran on from 2023 to 2025.
And invited her to his house. Now, the lawsuit claims that this relationship between Sharpe and Jane Doe, again, more than 30 years his junior, was consensual, but it was rocky. She said he'd insisted they were exclusive, but then was caught multiple times lying about his whereabouts and who he was seeing. According to the filing, quote, by October 2024, Sharpe's behavior had grown progressively worse, beyond anything plaintiff had experienced with him before. At this point, he was insistent upon recording activities, sometimes without her knowledge. Sharpe was also sharing the videos with others without her permission or knowledge. Sharpe would repeatedly tell Doe that he wanted to do to her things that would make no other man want her. By this point, Sharpe was no longer able to credibly maintain the relationship was exclusive. He had at this point accidentally or purposely, to advance his career, went live on Instagram while having sex with another woman. Sharpe flew into fits of anger when plaintiff noted his infidelity to the relationship or called him out about his extraneous activities. What had once become manipulation now became something far more dangerous and sinister. Sharpe even figured out how to get into Doe's apartment complex without her permission. Sharpe made it clear that what Doe wanted was of no moment, that Sharpe would get what he wanted when he wanted it. In October 2024,
I do not believe Unc was riding around to this apartment looking for this bitch, where she's the one that's worried about him being in extraneous activities and relationships. When she heard him fucking somebody else on IG Live, he come on, man.
Yep.
Shannon fucking Sharpe.
Now I don't agree with his outfits per se, but I'm down with Shannon Sharpe.
Pressed for him to stop. He did it again in January. Now, before I get into what the claims for relief are here, first, John, your thoughts on that narrative put forward by Jane Doe?
Yeah, I mean, it's deliberately graphic narrative. There's nothing inherently wrong with going into that level of detail in these types of cases to kind of get the court's attention on how serious this is. But it's probably on the more graphic side of the scale in terms of these types of pleadings.
If there are recordings, how would she be able to get access to them, and how could that help her case?
Well, when she gets into civil discovery, she can demand copies of those. Whether they exist or ever existed, we don't know. But if they do exist, he'll be required to produce those. I mean, those could be significant. I mean, if you have videotapes of either non-consensual behavior or behavior that regardless of how it appears, looks like there's surreptitious recordings of somebody. I mean, that's definitely something that would look really bad for any defendant.
Is it problematic for her that they were in a relationship? He talks about in the beginning of the lawsuit that a woman could say yes 99 times. If she says no once and you continue on, that's sexual assault, that's rape. Do you believe that them being in a consensual relationship for a long period of time or a period of time, do you believe that, according to her claims, even after being asked to sign an NDA, she nonetheless engaged in a relationship with him? Do you think that hurts her credibility?
I don't think it hurts her credibility. I think it's something that a defendant can use to their advantage to show the number of times that there was consensual sexual behavior, as a suggestion that maybe these instances are being manipulated for the purpose of financial gain. So it's not quite as bright line as if though there had been never any sexual contact between the two of them. But maybe if this was 25 years ago, it would be more of a problem. I think these days jurors have an understanding that people in intimate relationships can also be victims of sexual violence. So I wouldn't call it a big problem, but it's something that could be manipulated.
I'm just reading this January 2025 alleged sexual assault. It's pretty disgusting. I mean, she basically says that she was begging for him to stop. He became more aggressive. He wouldn't wear protection, and that this sexual assault lasted roughly 10 minutes. I'm not going to get into the details of it. How does she prove that? Is it just her testimony? Is it that if she told anybody, let's say she didn't tell anybody, didn't tell authorities, is it just her testimony against his? I mean, will that be the key of it, her taking the stand and explaining this happened to her?
That's going to be the center of it for the both of them. They both have the ability to describe what did or didn't happen, and it's going to be believability. Like you said, if she did tell somebody, that's helpful. If she saw any sort of medical treatment, that's also helpful. But it's also possible that neither of those things happen. It just becomes one person's word against another.
So she is suing for assault, sexual assault, battery, sexual battery, and intentional infliction of emotional distress. I imagine there's probably no statute of limitations issue since this is alleged to have occurred in 2023. Are these relatively broad causes of action, specific causes of action? Are they particularized in any way? Talk to me about what you believe about these causes of action that she's suing under.
I mean, that matches the facts of what she's alleged. I think they're relatively specific to the information that's in the complaint. So, that's the kind of collection of claims I would expect any attorney to bring, given those facts that they laid out in the complaint.
And the defense would be that either this didn't happen or it was consensual, right?
Right. That's pretty much the two options. Most of the time these days, because of things like, DNA or other ways to corroborate some sort of sexual activity, consent becomes the number one defense. So that's what we see most of the time.
Remember when I said this was a $50 million lawsuit? So I want to read you what she's suing for. General damages in the sum of excess of $10 million, special damages in the sum of excess $10 million, punitive damages $20 million, statutory penalties $10 million. How do that feels like a lot of money. I mean, now that you also wonder, how do you put a price on if this really did happen? How do you put a price on sexual assault? But at the same time, $50 million for general, special, punitive, statutory penalties. Talk to us about what those mean and whether or not those would be appropriate in a situation like this.
Yeah, so the general damages are going to be her emotional distress damages. So what's the general impact to her now and kind of for the years to come as a result of going through this? If this happened, and I want to underscore, we don't know if this happened, but if this happened, $10 million does not seem to me like an excessive amount of emotional distress damages. I mean, this is something that would stay with somebody for the rest of their life and be a significant struggle at various points in their life. The special damages are going to be economic losses. Those can be harder to establish. I mean, you have to use an economist to try to talk about how this is going to impact somebody's future career and their therapy, psychiatry, that sort of thing. It might be difficult to get up to $10 million for the special damages. The punitive damages, $20 million, those are damages that are just designed to punish somebody for their conduct. And again, if what has been outlined in the complaint is accurate, I could see a jury awarding that sum. We talked about a case the other day where it was $1.7 billion that was awarded for against one individual. That was for 40 women, but still was about $42 million per plaintiff. So the punitive damage figure is high, and these are all really high numbers, but they're not. I don't think they're inappropriate in terms of what they have in the complaint. I'm not sure what the statutory penalties are, what they're referring to. That's probably something that's specific to Nevada law.
Interesting. Well, actually, talking about other lawsuits, by the way, in this filing, in Busby's filing, it also mentions a lawsuit against Shannon Sharpe out of New York. This one was filed by a woman named Michelle Evans, who's representing herself. She filed her complaint in New York State Court in December 2023. The case is still ongoing. She's suing for defamation, libel, slander of a woman, intentional infliction of emotional distress, negligent infliction of emotional distress, seeking at least $14 million in damages. And Evans makes many of the same claims against Sharpe that Jane Doe does, including that she tried to distance herself from him after learning he was having sexual relations with
Chicken jockey.
that he became enraged and attacked him. In fact, her lawsuit contains an alleged quote from Shannon Sharpe that matches, I will say, almost word for word, a line in Jane Doe's complaint. So Evans' lawsuit says that Sharpe told her during a sexual assault that, quote, he would make it so no other man would want me. Again, you just heard that. Jane Doe's lawsuit reads, Sharpe would repeatedly tell Doe that he wanted to do to her things that would make no other man want her. And Evans' complaint also states Michelle Evans was subjected to non-consensual sexual encounters, which in itself is a deeply traumatic experience that has resulted in long-term psychological harm, post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD, severe anxiety, and depression. The trauma is exacerbated by the public defamatory statements made by Shannon Sharpe, which have led to public humiliation, loss of dignity, and a sense of betrayal. And she even provided
I don't know about this other lady. This other lady ain't getting them for assault or nothing. It's for defamation and stuff. But this 20-year-old, you claim you were raped, no police, but you will file a lawsuit. You can still file. You can still file a police report now if he forcefully took it. No police report has been filed, yet you file a lawsuit. Shit is crazy. I'm
too much.
cool with you getting away with raping me as long as you pay me. As long as you pay me, it's fine.
It's funny how many women are down with that.
How Sharpe's alleged actions impact her. According to a sworn affidavit from Sharpe, he denies the allegations that Michelle Evans has laid against him, says it was actually Evans who was manipulative and threatening, says that she was harassing him via text messages and phone calls. So it makes me wonder, since at the time of this recording, John, we're still like, this is breaking news. We haven't seen a response yet from Shannon Sharpe. Could come out later after we air this. What do you imagine you're going to hear from him or his side?
Well, first of all, I think that they're going to be careful about saying too much right now. They're going to probably strongly deny the allegations and look forward to their day in court and maybe some other strong language, but I expect it to be somewhat generalized and not responding to some of the individual facts of the case. In regards
y'all
to that
was wrong. He came out guns blazing.
Say is, well, sure, it lines up. Mr. Busby had the opportunity to read this lawsuit before drafting his own, so that's the reason why they match up. So I would expect down the road we may hear something like that from the Sharpe camp.
Yeah, I was wondering. I mean, there's two ways of looking at it. You could say, someone could say, I accept that both of these accounts are legitimate. Obviously, they would say Shannon Sharpe has a pattern here. He says the same things. He does the same things. Or alternatively, this Jane Doe read that lawsuit and said, oh, she claimed that, I'll claim that. It's you piggyback off of it. Do you think that this is a case that would be advantageous for him to settle? I mean, obviously, we do not know what happened, right? He could say, none of this is true. I want to fight. I want to clear my name, go through litigation, expensive. There's an emotional toll. There's a lot of different factors. But if you settle it, what message does that send?
Yeah, it's a tough
You ain't got to deal with the. You don't want to deal with the headache.
You don't really want to go to trial on it either. I mean, going to trial in a year and a half and having all of this testimony come out, if it's consistent with what's in this complaint, you know, if somebody feels like they've been wrongfully accused, they want to vindicate themselves, they want to prove their innocence in court. But from a PR standpoint, for somebody who's high profile like Mr. Sharpe, going to trial is going to be a difficult proposition for him. But what's the message of settling it? You know, maybe after things have calmed down, there might be a space to settle it and say, look, this was a business decision. I still don't believe anything what she's saying, but it was worth it to me to be able to move on with my life. And, you know, and that's the messaging that you can have once the initial media calms down. But whether or not it's something he wants to do or not, let's see.
Could this potentially result in criminal charges?
If she's willing to report criminally, I don't know if she has or if she hasn't, but if she's willing to report, it certainly seems like it'd be within any statute of limitations, which is pretty lengthy to start with. But I don't expect the Clark County authorities to just pick it up and run with it on their own. They're going to need to know that she's reporting and she's willing to go through with a case. John
Clune, thank you so much for coming on. Real time, breaking this down with us real fast. I really, really appreciate it.
All right. The last one, we finna listen to DJ Academics. Apparently on his website, he posted everything and he finna go through it. He finna read all the text messages. We heard a few of them on the first video I played, but he finna get into all of it.
Hey, Truth, good morning.
You guys can go get it.
Terry's still asleep.
Terry still asleep? Nah, what did you do last night?
How am I sleeping? I'm on this damn live.
All right, there we go. Hey, Truth.
Hey, Gabe.
Gabe, you didn't hear her last night, Terry? Terry said last night when she got off, she said she had to go rock somebody to sleep, and her grandbabies is old as hell, so she wasn't talking about them. So the only thing I could figure is she was talking about making somebody bust nuts and stuff.
No, she did not
say that. I did not say that.
There were no nuts busted last night.
You said you had to go rock somebody to sleep, ma'am. That's what you said. We heard it.
This is why people hate you, Money Boy.
We heard it. You said you had to go. You was finna go rock somebody to sleep. What you mean by that? Did you knock somebody out? Did you fight? What was you talking about?
I basically just talked. I talked.
Yeah. And they fell asleep peacefully.
Mm-hmm. Yep. That's it.
And you got to make a whole big deal
you
out
and
of
the
it.
Dude were there looking at each other, and you just talked.
I was on the phone. We were on the phone. The phone.
The telephone.
Oh yeah, well, phone boning. Got you. The phone boning. Okay. Got you.
No. Hello, my baby. Hello, my honey. Hello, my ragtime gal.
Okay.
Well, I get it. Sometimes you just got to be like, FaceTime me that pussy. I get it.
Oh my God.
Jesus Christ. And then you wonder why.
What is wrong with y'all? Why y'all acting different? No, I don't.
But we're
I
acting
wonder why
different.
at all.
Sir, you are out of control.
Out of control.
Can't tell you shit.
Not a damn thing.
That Zippo lighter is out of control, sir. That Zippo lighter is out of control.
Mm-hmm.
It is, because it ain't lighting what it's supposed to be lighting. I hate that shit. I'm fixing it. There we go. Not a light, because I put a little Zippo lighter on top.
The Academy.blog, if you guys want to see it. And yes, the title's accurate. Shannon was requesting his ass getting ate. Yeah, all that was happening. And here's the thing. We have these messages from Shannon. He's the one who put it out. You know why he did that, chat? the reason why he did that is because he feels like they're playing a PR game where they're putting out little bits and pieces to make him look like a super predator. He's trying to say, I'll expose that I'm a freaky ass nigga, but I'm gonna expose that if everything is taken into context. I'm not this predator. Being a freaky ass nigga, not a crime. A predator and a rapist is, right? So here we go, Chad. Little trigger warning for everybody who's watching. You know, I know, again, I don't know if today was probably the best day to go live on TikTok, but please. And also drill. Whenever you upload this, I need you to hear this. Make sure we get our blurring or whatever going. I can't blur live because we have this full text messages, okay? So we got the not indictment. We have the civil complaint here and should be here. This is a civil complaint. We read this last night. I'm not gonna read it again. Just to give you two important details before we get into anything is that the woman claims that she met him in 2023. She claims that after September 2024, when he was exposed on Instagram Live having sex with some woman named Michelle, they started beefing. They fell out. And apparently he invited her over, or what she said, forced her to come over. And then he pushed up on her, and he pushed up on her in a non-consensual way, and he fucked her. And what was mentioned in the indictment is a thing about, and by the way, Shannon Sharpe puts that out too, where she says no means no. Shannon is trying to say, no, she wasn't saying no means no, that I shouldn't fuck her. She wanted me to use a condom, which still is a very gray area. So you're going to see all this, but Shannon, he's putting everything out for the public, okay? Also, he announced that he's suing her for defamation, even though she hasn't spoke herself, but, I guess she's speaking through a lawyer. We haven't seen a lawsuit from him yet, okay? So apparently he gets caught on Instagram Live, which, by the way, remember people said that Shannon, even I said, nah, that nigga went live on purpose to show he wasn't gay. If that was the case, this being the byproduct, horrible decision. Because you fucked it up with your other bitches, right? Because clearly he was fucking other girls. This one girl got mad. She's claiming that he invited her over to talk.
But if he got other bitches, that proves he ain't gay. Well, he at least like women too. Maybe he's Kanye?
In a sense.
She's claiming that he raped her, and then somehow she kept talking to him, and he raped her again a couple months ago.
Hold on, let me drop down and come back just out of precaution.
It's the truth.
Be right back.
And Gabe, small talk moment. Go ahead. Me and Truth got it.
Huh?
No, it's the Gabe and Truth small talk moment because he has to go away for a minute.
Of course. What's been up, Gabe?
What'd you think of WrestleMania?
Nothing, because I didn't watch it.
John Cena won his 17th title. And he's become the greatest of all time. And I told everybody, I told all of you, Cena's going to win. He's going to beat Cody Rhodes. Even though John Cena is now a bad guy, which he's never been in all of his 25 years of being in the business. He's a bad guy now. But I love it. I'm so glad I was talking about Russell. Oh, Truth fell off.
Night 2 sucked.
Night 2 was great. They went fast because
sucked.
they needed to have 45 minutes for Cody and John Cena. And I told your ass, Cena's gonna win.
They didn't do a full 45 minutes. They didn't do a full 45 minutes. They ended 15 minutes early.
Don't matter.
And that match was good, but the overall night sucked.
I was down. I like night 2 better than night 1. Although night 1 I would give to Dominic Mysterio. Hell yeah. People rode his ass for so long and then they finally cheered his ass. But that's just me. Where are we at, people? What happened?
I don't know what
the hell booed out of him. And they still booing the shit out of him.
And he embraces it. He's the number 1 bad guy in WWE, I say. You don't even need to do nothing. Here we go.
Yeah, she actually said he did it twice and no charges have been filed. She just broke up with him, I guess.
They put in here. Hold on, let's give me 1 second. Okay, so this is what the lawyer put in at first. It says, hold on, give me 1 second.
Come on, Ed.
Okay. No. What the fuck? No, this isn't that. Oh my god, I'm fucking up, chat. Sorry. Oh, they didn't put it in the exhibit. All right, never mind. So we got Shannon Sharpe's text messages. Here they are. So this is supposedly every text that Shannon ever sent her. Shannon leaked this because
he got them just blurred out
there,
now,
and it didn't really help. Right? It only used the worst text message he sent. So let's go to this. And again, this is where they're saying that he doxed her because her number is kind of listed. Please don't. The number's already changed too, so you won't whatever. Anyway, so the green is going to be from Shannon. And by the way, I would imagine. So this would be Shannon's number, but Shannon's number probably already changed too. So this is how this all starts. Shannon says calls you back. Looked like he was trying to call her. This is when they first met, right? This is, by the way, the date is here, 9/30, which is September 30th, 2023. Okay, perfect. So this is her, right? She says, call me. I feel like fucking with you. Okay? This is like 2 weeks after they meet because they supposedly meet like.
She hit him up talking about, call me. I feel like fucking with you, but she was intimidated by him. But she hit him up talking about, call me, I feel like fucking with you. Okay, so that's out the way, how she was forced to give the number and all of that. You had to hit him up. He was so thirsty and wanted you so bad, you hit him up first after y'all had exchanged numbers. Like 2 weeks after, because he ain't hit you up. That's how thirsty he was for you. This shit is crazy.
In September, we gotta look at the date. We're trying to analyze through, like, a jury's gonna look at this, so we're trying to do the same thing. They meet in by the way, I ain't gonna lie, chat. This is why you can't really text chicks, bro. If you're famous, you're famous. Like me, I'm like, I can't say nothing crazy. You can't be like, yo, send me a picture of that pussy with your legs wide open and you split it and rubbing the clip. Nigga, when she get mad at you, she gonna have that shit up on the Summer Jam screen, which y'all gonna see some of that shit. So
ain't nothing wrong with that though. There's nothing wrong with asking for it. What the fuck? You can't. So you can't text freaking ass. Come on, son. Yes, you can. How is that embarrassing? Her putting up that you want it to see her with that pussy open. How is that embarrassing as a straight man? I'm just saying that's normal straight man behavior. Yes, I want to see your pussy. The fuck?
all right. Then she texts again and she says, I want you. So this is, so this was the 7th. I don't know if this is every text, but I guess they're claiming these are.
Hold on, let me do it. Let me give him his drop.
Check out the content. This is content. Bruv. We got content.
Valuable text. Then 2 days later, after they've been fucking with each other for like 2 weeks or 3 weeks, because they met in September, now it's October 2023. She says, I want you to put a dog collar around my neck and choke me with it while you're fucking me. You know what, Shannon?
She was so intimidated that this is all after she claimed that he forced her to get the number and everything, and she was intimidated. This is how she coming at him. Call me. I feel like fucking with you. And then saying, I want you to put a dog collar around me. That's how intimidated she was of this man. This bitch got mad. He got caught fucking Michelle. She thought she was the only one, and she got mad and tried to extort this nigga. Well, it's trying to extort this nigga.
Because they met in September, now it's October 2023. She says, I want you to put a dog collar around my neck and choke me with it while you're fucking me. You know what Shannon Sharpe says? He loved the message, so he hit the heart button on the message. Perfect. Then he continues. He says 2 minutes, which, by the way, these random messages make it feel like that's all the messages that they have between them, because this is not an important message. So I don't know if Shannon's team gave all the messages or only the important messages. Then Shannon says, can I call you later? Look like she's calling him, right? And he's not answering. Then she says an attachment. She says, when I'm 152 pounds,
he just
you can't touch me.
Hearted
he cheated on me on Instagram Live. Now, this is interesting because, again, this is why I say it's not all messages, because we jump a year. It went from 2023, October 2023, to now December 2024. Okay, so clearly they're like random messages, probably like, oh, what you want to eat? Or I'm ordering something on blah, 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 blah. Like, oh, shit. So those messages got to be deleted. There's no way they only texted. They have a lapse in a year where there's no messages, right? So it's not all the messages, but supposedly these are the relevant messages, right? Okay, cool. Then, all right, so she says, so basically, remember, in 2024, in September, Shannon Sharpe has sex with some random woman on Instagram Live. She's mad at Shannon Sharpe, okay? Because she feels embarrassed, okay? So, I guess she's sending him a picture. This is the picture right here. I won't show you the picture fully, but she says, this is when I'm 152 pounds. By the way, how tall is she? She's 152 pounds. So you can't touch me because you cheat on me on Instagram Live with Michelle. Then she says, I'm going to be 180. Wait, how tall is this girl? Yo, a chick being 180 to me is crazy. What the fuck? How tall is she? She got to be Shannon. How tall is Shannon? Let's look at some shit, chat. How tall is Shannon? Now I like petite women. Just me personally. I can a chick 180. I'm like, nigga, we gonna do box? Like what the fuck? Okay. 230. Whatever. Okay, cool. I gotta see how it looks on her, but I mean, she don't look big at all. How tall is she? I'm gonna be honest with you. She kind of looks like 130, 135. If she says she's about to, she don't look 180 right here. That's crazy. Check. She looks 180.
She look like a regular white chick.
There's no way I look at this chick and say she's 180 pounds. Check. What's up? She looks that? Or maybe I don't know. Wait, I don't know what 180 looks like on a woman. I don't know.
She said 152, not 180.
Nah, you said she looks like 150? I don't even get that. Or maybe I just think women are lighter than they are. All right, whatever. Okay, because she does look here. All right, cool. Fine. Cool. So she said she might be 180 soon. He says this is 12. It looked like he must have fucked her, right? So remember, she said this then. She said this then. She says, I'm gonna be 180 soon, and you're still not gonna be able to touch me. I bet you regret your actions right about now. Now, here's my problem with like even her side. If he fucked someone on Instagram Live in September and you're mad, and you haven't fucked him, and now y'all are texting in December, you know he's fucking other women, right? Like, there's no way Shannon Sharpe, because you cut off the pussy supply in September, is not fucking somebody by December, right? But whatever. So
he's still
fucking. Okay, I ain't gonna lie. Shannon do text like a whole nigga.
Hey, Shannon. Ugg said I be killing that young pussy. Oh shit. Shannon said I be killing that young pussy. You hear me? What you gonna do about it? Good morning, infamous.
Shannon texts her back, freaky ass Shannon. I'll be killing that young pussy. Okay? I ain't gonna lie. Shannon do text like a old nigga, man. So I'll be killing that young pussy. All right, cool. Then she texts. She says, absolutely not. When you give me a formal apology for cheating on me on Instagram Live,
absolutely not.
Times, then we can talk about it. Now, it's almost like she's like acting like they're in a relationship, right? But like she's like trying to stand on business, right? Now, she then says, formal apology. Yo, Shannon gotta be looking at his phone like, bitch, you're 20.
An apology?
You're crazy hell. All right. Then she said, I don't know what this attachment is, but it's something. I don't even want to click. Can I click it? Hold on. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna put this right here. Let me see if I click on it, it goes anywhere. My bad, Chad.
That one said she wanted a formal apology.
Okay. Then she says, I'm not answering your calls. Sorry, Shannon. So it looks like Shannon's blowing up. Right? She might got that web. I ain't okay, right? Gotta be like, you like, I can't lose this young pussy. Like, damn, Shannon blowing up her phone. She not answering. Shannon's blowing up her phone. Right? She might got that web. I ain't okay, right? Gotta be like, you like, I can't lose this young pussy. Like, damn, Shannon blowing up her phone. She not answering. She said, I'm not answering your calls until you say sorry, Shannon. Hear what Shannon said. I've said sorry, Gabby, right? Then she says, all you say is, I'm sorry, but you never say what you're sorry for or how you're gonna make it right. Then she also says, so I would appreciate if you could do that because you really hurt me. So this is that, like, it looks like the day after Christmas, which by the way, everybody know right around holiday time, it's like, you gotta hit up your ex-bitches and all these other bitches because like now you think like, damn, I spent last holiday with you type shit. That's kind of what's happening. So he's blowing up her phone and they're kind of going back and forth, but she won't talk to him on the phone. She's just texting. He says, so I would appreciate if you do that because you hurt me and I've been having a hard time with it. So she's saying she's affected by it. Then I guess he keeps calling. She says, what did I tell you, Shannon? And then she says, I told you to apologize and we could talk. Then she says, the fact that you can't do the simple thing is proving that you don't care about me. Then she says, I'm waiting for my apology. Now, here's the interesting part about all this, Shannon. This seems like a woman who probably was just in love, that is upset that her partner cheated. And she wants an apology and wants it to be sincere, wants him to show that he gives a fuck about her and loves her. This is where it goes left. And this is why I think Shannon put out all these messages. Because it showcases her true nature. Keep going down. She says, I don't understand why it's so hard for you to say sorry. Remember, she's only talking about sorry. Something must have happened. Remember, this is the only text message. We don't know what we said on calls. Look, you have Shannon who says, Gabby, I'm not going to do this again. I've already apologized. Stop playing childish games. Then, this throws me for a loop. They must have talked or something. Look, he says, so I guess they don't talk after. Now it's New Year's. It's the first of the year, right? So this is 1-1, right? This is 1-1.
He breaking this down.
Happy New Year, Gabby. Can't wait to see what 2025 has in store for us. This is where it goes all the way left. Look at the next message. Give $50K and I'll let you come over to the house. Now, this is confusing because why would Shannon say give $50K? Now, I don't know how to interpret this, and I've read it a couple times, like before stream. Like, I don't know what this means, but it looks like I think they called each other on the phone or something must have happened. And it seems like she was either asking for money from him. And maybe he's quoting her. Give 50. I don't know. But there's this idea about $50,000 before she would come back to his house. Okay? Now, this is where she puts her PayPal. So clearly she wanted to get the money. She put her PayPal. Now, ain't this ironic, chat? She went from saying, I want an apology, a formal apology. I want you to mean it.
To give me
now
some money.
Like, here's PayPal link. Ain't that ironic?
25,000 each chick. Cheap.
Let's keep going. Look like she's requesting the money. Shannon says, I don't have Cash Apps. Because I guess he must have told her, yo, I don't have, I'm not on PayPal right now. Whatever he said. Then she said,
no, it's a known thing. He says it on his Ocho Cinco has been trying to get him for 2 years to get Cash App because he owe him some money. And Unc said he don't do the Cash App and all that. And Ocho was like, but I don't do cash like that, but I can like send you the money on Venmo. He just was saying he can send him the shit out. He don't do this shit. He old school. He got credit cards, his bank ATM card, cash. Oh.
They're calling
Cash App is a bitch, though. It is a bitch.
Right? She's trying to get this bread out of him to forgive him for cheating. Which, let's be honest, fellas, let's keep it real. If a woman is willing to, if she said, pay me this for me to get over this, she's clearly just using you, right? Then he says, this is her. And this is when I realized she was lining up Shannon Sharpe from a mile away. Not only to maybe set this up, but she was just looking at him like,
been lining him up from the time she met the nigga. That's what I'm saying. Everybody, the bitch was devious. At 20. At 19, at 20, she's devious. And the fact is, there are women that have written books about how to take men down with power and fame and things of that nature using this exact method. They sell books telling people how to do this shit. And we wonder why the shit is on an uptick. Because they writing books about it, like how just accusing them publicly will get you some money.
She says, then what do you have? So it went from apology to now, how could you send me a payment? He says, I have 10K cash. Now, this is another thing that I could tell she was lining him up from a mile away. Because remember, she's saying, oh, I'm so hurt, I'm going through it, I can't believe you fucked this girl online, blah, 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 blah. Like she's hurt, supposedly, right? Listen to what she says then. Send me a picture or FaceTime me with it, which means with the money. She's basically saying, no, I'm not playing games with you. Send me a picture of the money. FaceTime me with the money. I need to see the money. What does that sound to you like, Chad? She's requested that for her to do anything or to keep entertaining you, she needs to see the motherfucking money.
Sound like you buying pussy.
FaceTime me with it. I see some people saying extortion. I'm watching TikTok chat right now. TikTok chat's kind of cool.
Also sound like she trying to trying to make it seem like he's trying to pay something.
Oh, this is me at 150. I'm about to be 180. I'm even more thicker, ass more fatter. Yo, you better apologize to me if you ever want to get back in this. He's like, yeah, we already apologized. Yo, listen. Then the 50K comes up. It's like, yo, here's my PayPal. So clearly she's on some, drop a bag on me. This is crazy. Send me a picture or face. Imagine you got to do a money phone with the money to tell the girl to come over. It's no way she loves you. It's no way she loves you. It's no way she has any type of care about you other than the bag. Let's keep it going. Look what she says. What's taking so long? You either have the cash to show me right now or you're with Michelle. Which one is it? Shannon?
And it's in January. You got the money or you with Michelle. It's in January. The conversation she having. Not about her being raped or any of that. There ain't none of that in the conversation in January. It's about the money. Hey, Nene Nicole.
Yo, at this point, Shannon should realize you're 54 and she's 20. You could have been her father. You need to analyze your life and move in a very different route. You have a 20-year-old woman speaking to you like this. What's taking you so long? It's like she said,
pussy can't be that good. that you getting little dog like that. I feel you, act. You gotta be like, hold the fuck up, little bitch. I could buy 20 of you. Fuck you. What the hell?
Where my fucking cash at, nigga? You either got the money or you don't, nigga. And then she's gaslighting him. If you can't show me the money or send it to me, you must be with Michelle. And then she put your name in all caps? Nasty work, chat. This is nasty work. This woman set up Shannon Sharpe like the Fed set up Brick Baby and Big U and Loose Cannon.
Damn, we got.
But we're not done there. Look, she sends a picture. I can't show the picture because I guess he's lagging with the money. She sends a picture of her split wide open.
A naked picture.
And it's naked. It's small, so I'm not gonna show you. So she sends him a nude picture. This is how women get men. Men, yo, chat. Us as men, we all need therapy.
Y'all gotta go to the Academic Academy. I've shared this video out, and I think he has his links in there, but he shows his website if y'all knows that people want to see the actual text messages and the pictures. Because he got it blurred out. When he did it live, it wasn't blurred out, but he had his team go through and do it.
Open. And it's naked, it's small, so I'm not gonna show you. So she sends him a nude picture. This is how women get men. Men, yo, chat. Us as men, we all need therapy, but not some Sharpe type therapy. We need to be a little bit stronger when it comes to women. She's trying to get $50,000 out of this man. She thinks he's taking too long. You know what she does to expedite the process? Sends him a picture of her split and spread wide eagle. And you know that nigga dick was probably harder than the SA fucking T's. Yo, that nigga was probably fumbling on his phone, hitting his account, and send him 50K, make it 55. Oh my God. Oh my. Come on.
He ain't got them apps.
She couldn't get the 50K off words. She sent a nude. She says, I know you missed this. That's why she said 25K for each.
No rate. Still no rate. And then if he paid for it, definitely with no rate. Give him my money back.
Hey. Now I'm gonna scroll real quick because it's right there. See, I can see it. Let's go here. She must have got the money now. Because now this is, and by the way, these are out of order because this is going back in time. This is 3/5/25. She said something, whatever. Then she says, hi. Then he says, he loves the image. Hits the response. And then she says, that's me hugging you and you not hugging back. Okay, I can't show this because there's pictures associated with this. She says, y'all see this? I'm going to hide the picture. She says, because there's a picture with it. Like, no homo. I can still say that, right? It's a picture with a woman with her hands behind her back and her legs like whatever, and everything is tied up. She says that picture. I can't show it here, even though it's really small. It's really small in these messages. So that's why she says, tie me up and fuck me like this. So she sends a picture with it. So she's telling him how she want to give it up. Feel me? And let me scroll past it real quick. You guys see it. And he responds by says, if I knew how to, I would. Basically saying, and he's establishing, she wanted me to do this freaky shit to her. And I'm telling her,
I don't know how to do it. I'm old.
Nigga only know how to tie his cleats. You think you know how to tie up a woman to fucking not be able to move and get donkey fucked? So that's why he's saying, if I knew how to, I would. You know what I'm saying? Then she says, it's okay. I got handcuffs. We could stick to those for now. What are we establishing with these messages? By the way, I think we now know it's not all the messages. These are messages that Shannon are going to submit to the court. And I think his legal team just shared it with the internet because shit, it's pretty much a public thing now. It's okay. I got handcuffs. This is the girl saying that. Somebody says, yo, G-Star SMO. So, yeah. He basically say, y'all know how to hog tie people. Oh, yeah, that's a hog tie, right? It's a hog tie. That's what they call it. So what are we getting established here, people? She was into the freakiness. Hold on. She was into the freakiness, right? And it might have been her idea. He comments by saying that actually looks like you. Then she said, who said it's not me? Roll right now, thank you for the donation. Then he said, her tits are too big for it to be you. And I think she wants to send some. And then he says, but whatever you say, Daddy, sound like Meek Mill and Diddy. Looking at me. Then he says, it can be you if you want. establishing, chat? What is that establishing?
He ain't fucking with her like that.
Again, we're putting context to shit.
He not fucking with her like that.
When he says it can be you if it wants. Let me see who's smart in here. And I know the chat niggas smart. We got the smartest audience in the building.
That man ain't.
Look what he says. Look what he said.
That man ain't really that interested in her. If he fuck her, fine. If he don't, he don't. He cool.
Let's go through it. It says that actually looks like you. That's what he says, right? That looks like you. She says, who said it's not me? Then he says, her tits are too big to be you. Then she says, you can't even see my tits in that. But whatever you say, then he says, it can be you if you want. What is he saying? Because she alleged he was trying to coerce her by offering to pay for titties like on some random shit. This was him hinting to say, yo, the picture you sent me of the girl hogtie, she got big tits, you don't got big tits. And then he basically said, well, it could be you if you want. That's kind of him offering. Now, granted, I don't think he's offering on some controlling, manipulating, gaslighting, as she's trying to put it in her lawsuit. He's just saying, yo, if you want me to buy you some titties, I'll buy you some titties. Chop is flag. You know damn well. He said, one thing I'm going to do is break it down, man. We got this shit. We're going to break this down like a kilo of coke. We're going to flood the whole streets with this shit. Now, this is another one. This is one of that ones. Look, you know what her message is? I want to be in that position right now. She's telling me, I want to get hogtied and donkey fucked. What's the problem? You know what Uncle Shay Shay says? It's too late right now. You know Uncle Shay Shay got to be on nightcap. He got to be up for ESPN. This is why you got to understand. You deal with a 20-year-old. Yeah, 20-year-olds at 4 a.m. when they back low now. You're thinking about, I got to get up and hit the gym and I got to go do this and I got to take my creatine. No, nigga. Take my vitamins. No, nigga. This chick 20. This is when these bitches get active. These bitches doing TikTok dance at that time. Like, doing all this stupid shit, nigga. This is when they're getting piped out. What you got going on, Uncle Shay Shay? Nobody, it's too late now. Let me see what time he takes that bullshit. Yo, yeah. Shannon, you don't fuck with me, brother. Wait, UTC plus 0. Like, we got to figure out time zone. UTC plus 0. What time zone is that? Let's go 6 a.m. UTC plus 0. What is that? To your local time?
Yeah, because
UTC plus 0.
He has his accent well until he get mad. It come out when he get mad, but he had it well.
The fuck? I don't know how to do this conversion shit. I'm trying to figure out what time it was. It's grievous, blah, 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 blah. Okay, fuck. Okay, if it's plus 0, oh my God. I'm trying to figure out what time it was. Oh, it's 11 p.m. Yeah, Shannon. Oh, yeah. So 6 a.m. UTC. So that's UTC plus 0. So, like, they have plus whatever. Yo, Shannon, if you're dating a 20-year-old and you're telling her it's too late at 11 p.m., gang, check out of the fucking 20-year-old game. These bitches is getting tight the fuck out at 3 a.m. all type of time of the night, nigga. You got to wake up to do a morning show and you got nightcap, nigga. You should have never been fucking with no 20-year-old. You were tripping, brother. So you're telling me it's 11 p.m. and Shorty talking about she want to get hog-tied and donkey fucked, and you're over here telling her it's late? Shannon, Uncle Shay Shay, you gotta leave the 20-year-olds alone. Leave that for the YNs. You need a little older woman who's in her 40s who's facing menopause. So make you some tea and put some icing out on your knees, nigga. Some shit like that, nigga. What you can't fuck with no 20-year-old? Yo, chat, let me give y'all a story. That ain't really a story. Nigga, back in, what is it, right before I bought this house? It's like 2020. Man, I remember I was fucking with this chick. She was 20, about to turn 21. I ain't gonna catch. My nigga, I witnessed this chick not sleep for 2 to 3 days. I couldn't believe it. First of all, she was taking some shit. I don't know what this shit was on. My nigga, after a while, I'm like, yo, I think I'm going to sleep. Yo, you gotta realize when you get too old for this shit. It's okay. You can't be fucking with a 20-year-old and telling her 11 p.m. It's over. Somebody said she was on an X. I think that chick, I see the most incredible thing ever in life. The chick popped some shit. My nigga, she cleaned my whole apartment. This is when I had a house. She cleaned my whole apartment and didn't sleep the entire night, nigga. I'm sleeping like a bitch. I woke up, I'm like, God damn, I never see my apartment sleep. I was like, did you sleep? She's like, nah, I sleep yet. She didn't sleep for 2 more days. I never seen that shit like that. Whatever drug that is, this is why Trump deported all the mother motherfuckers and put tariffs. You know why? Because whatever drug that was, gotta be illegal, my nigga. Ain't no way somebody should be up 3 days straight. That's crazy. She took some shit, nigga. I was like, there's a white girl. Nigga, she was cleaning my place like a Mexican. Real talk. Love my Mexicans. I was like, oh, man. Shit was crazy. She didn't sleep for 3 days, yeah. I'll never forget that in my life. I'm like, this bitch didn't sleep for 3 days. Not a blink. Now, it wasn't Addy.
She was on some meth on your ass.
She went to Newark and copped it. It was like, yeah, you're copping drugs in Newark? Okay. Good luck. I'm like, yo, nigga, I don't even go to a fast food restaurant in Newark, man. What the fuck? You copping just random? She's like, yeah, this one's shaped like a dolphin. What?
Oh, yeah, it was X.
I was just keep on drinking my little
That was that blue dolphin.
The chick ain't sleep for 3 days, nigga. I ain't gonna lie, nigga. She did so much laundry. She redid the laundry. She took it out of the machine, out of the dryer, and put it back in the washing machine. I never seen my place like that. This was right after Angelica left me with her. I never seen some shit. I was like, but that's what happens when you deal with these 20-year-olds. They might be off all type of shit. I'm a grown ass man. See me, I can't even hang with two chicks that's too young. I'm laying for them now. You got bitches these days on 50 perks, Molly's, Xanax. They smoking on 20 different things. Nigga, I don't even smoke hookah, nigga. You catch me, I'm only liable to be with some Casamigos in my hand. I only drink. I'm like an outdated dinosaur. Like, this is why, I said to myself, I gotta check out here. I can't even compete no more. These motherfuckers taking 20 pills, smoking all type of shit. They don't go to sleep. They're walking zombies. I'm good. But Uncle Shay Shay, if you're going to sleep at 11 o'clock,
It's
not
over.
even going to sleep, but unavailable to slang cock because she's requested dick. Oh, man. It ain't too late for YN to get up in the box. She says, I guess, yeah, Shay Shay, you got to talk about this, bro. This is why you got to date your age, gang. I guess I'm going to have to fuck myself in the ass with my dildo. Yo, Shay Shay, you know you don't got no business fucking with no 20-year-old if this is how the message is going.
I'm dying laughing. He is killing Shay Shay.
I guess I'm gonna have to fuck myself in the ass with my dildo. Yo, Shay Shay, you know you don't got no business fucking with no 20-year-old if this is how this message is going, gang. Come on, bro. She said, I guess I'm gonna have to fuck myself in the ass with a dildo now.
Yeah, he still didn't go over there.
Then she says, follow me back on IG. I accidentally blocked you. You know that's scam. I accidentally blocked you. You know that's scam. She was probably posting something in her close friends or her story for her other nigga. The YN guy came over and beat it up. You think she was using a dildo, nigga? She hit up a YN nigga. A YN came through. Shiesty up, piped her down viciously. But that nigga broke, so she's not gonna be with him. Like, she's not gonna be with a 23-year-old YN. When Shannon has tens of millions of dollars. She wants Shannon. But Shannon can't, she wants Shannon to be a YN, but YNs don't got Shannon money. So it's like the dilemma girls want. Like, trust me, I be seeing, like, these days it's popular. These 60, 20, they're dating niggas that's 50. They don't want a 50-year-old, but they don't want a broke nigga. So it's like, they're like, all the 20-year-olds are broke, and all the 50-year-olds are 50. Or the 50-year-old rich niggas are 50. Hey, I gotta pick what I value most. Anyway, so she says she won't fuck herself in a pussy or the ass, actually the dildo. Then she says, follow me on IG, I accidentally blocked you. And then she says, good night. Thanks for always answering my texts and my calls. It makes me feel great again. Okay. Then, what is this? I don't know what this is. Oh, she sent like some message. She says, this with you. Oh, I can't show the picture. This, but with you instead. What you think? Some freaky shit she said. And we'll click on it. Scroll. This is what Shannon says. Who is that? And she says, LOL, I have no idea. I just look at my DMs sometimes when I'm in the mood to be creeped out. And Shannon says, that's Chocolate Daddy's. That's Chocolate Daddy's pussy / asshole. I'm the only one fucking that and getting his ass ate. We all knew. Come on, we all knew Shannon was into. Yeah. Shannon's letting you know. Shorty, Shorty was licking that. He says, so you can tell he was also fucking her in the ass too. It's like, yeah, that's Chocolate Daddy. I guess he's talking about something. That's Chocolate Daddy's pussy and ass. And I'm the only one fucking that and getting his ass ate. Hold on. Chat. Chat. I need this as a drop. Chat. Hold on.
That nigga typing fast as hell.
This is gonna be our new drop. Here we go.
Charlo came to settle us with shoes and go 3/4 you niggas like a nigga from a launch down. Then I'm hands up. The other fashionable option, pussy, you can better straighten their posture. That know when you do the check, you could be from north side, another.
Wait.
Fan here, freaky ass nigga here, 69 God.
Yeah, chat. I need that as a drop.
And he a fan here, freaky ass nigga here, 69 God. And he a fan here, freaky ass nigga here, 69 God. 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 Freaky ass nigga here, 69 God.
Sorry. All right. I need that to drop. Yo, somebody cut that. I can put it on my thing. You know what I'm saying?
I'm seeing him do it.
I bet. What else happened? Caldego. Frogs.
Man, I fell down to my knees in the long came.
I fell out of these with a lawsuit came. Anyway. He said, that's my pussy and asshole. And I like it my ass. Then she said, that's exactly right, Daddy. Okay. All right, what else? Then she says, that just got my pussy wet. Pause. Then she says, tie me up and do bad things to me. Look at old green old Shannon. He said, cuff up. Okay. Shannon Sharpe must have never been a Boy Scout because he looked like he never got really the rope tying to hog tie or fuck her. So he was just using handcuffs behind her back and fuck her. He had to really go get this Boy Scout bag. He should have had like a whole rope, like doing all this shit.
That nigga could have Googled how to do this shit.
Here we go. And she said, she said, I want some hardcore BDSM action though. Ooh, she was on it, Chad. She was on it. All right, buddy, we still gotta call back. She said, I want some hardcore BDSM action though. Then she's okay. She said, I want some hardcore BDSM action though. Then she says, been feeling a little bit freaky lately.
Yes, nigga, he's 69 God.
That's actually her. That's her. That's not him. Then you know what he says? Oh shit! I gotta scroll up. So he sends her a picture of it's a pussy. And I don't know if it's a picture of her pussy, but he sends her a picture of pussy. I just had to scroll real quick. Then she's at dinner. She says, I just showed that to my friend at dinner. Okay? So I think he recorded her or took a picture of her and she's naked, and he took a picture of the pussy and he sent it back to her, I guess, right? Then she says, you're my daddy. Then she says, I don't know what that conversation was. Maybe sent her a voice note or something, because those wouldn't be in this. This is only text. She says, only if you put that baby gravy in me, then I can do whatever I want. Then she edits the message and says, then you can do whatever you want to me. Then he sends this. I don't know what this means. And then she says, I literally ate so much food, I look like I'm pregnant with your big black baby. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not one of the people who do like race shit or race play like that much, but like honestly, and maybe
too much.
I don't know if it's Spanish or if she's Cuban or whatever.
That baby would be mixed like a motherfucker.
Whatever like ethnicity is, maybe English is her second language. But I did kind of feel like, why does she keep emphasizing
black?
Big black baby.
Cause
like
he black as hell too.
Like into some kinky race play, but she kept saying black baby. Like, cool, girl, we get it. Like everybody who get none of them by dudes be like almost there's like the sick, not sick, but like this fantasy about possibly having kids, even though you're gonna hit her with a plan B. You know what I mean? But why did she say black baby? Like it's kind of like it feels like it was race play. Maybe I'm reading too much into it. Am I reading too much into it, Jack?
Nope, I thought the same thing. Like, why the fuck? It's kind of racist.
Man, people send me shit.
That black baby, we know he dark skinned, but
my people over Rumble,
that baby gonna come out mixed.
Don't get gassed over that TikTok shit, man. We want to be on the street too. Shout out to my people over at Rumble. I love y'all. Born Hustle, I see you over there, man. Love y'all, I see you though. Is it chat? Have you seen her pics? Shit, want me to bring her pics up again? Shit. Y'all wonder, chat, what y'all think she posted on OnlyFans?
And she got a damn OnlyFans. Wow.
Okay. All right. So we're here. She said, I ate so much, I look like I'm pregnant with your black baby. Am I, like, you know me, I don't like pulling race cars and shit like that. Am I doing too much by saying this whole, it does jump off the page that she's saying black baby. Bro, I think interracial relationships are amazing. I think it's great. I think at some point in the far distant future, the majority of people are going to be mixed or just be ambiguous racial ethnicity blend. I have no problem with it. I'm not one of those people that deals with racial cleansing or nothing like that. But I'm also the person who, if I'm like, I don't know about this big black baby shit. Well, that should mean. I'll keep it there. Anyway, now Shannon, he was trying to do his pimp play shit. You know what Shannon said? If I still fuck with you around my birthday in 24, so this is in 2023, he said it, right? This is 11/2023. This is before he fucked the show. He says, if I still fuck with you around my birthday in 2024, you can take the IUD out. So you know, Shannon Sharpe was nutting her with every ounce of his. Trust, right? Cool. Then she says she loves the or his heart over what he said, and then she says, "LOL, you're stuck with me for life. You're not going anywhere, babe." Then he likes that, right? He hits the like button on that. So it looked like they're talking about really locking in. Remember, this is 2 months after they met. They're like highly in lust or love. This is the honeymoon period. She met him in September, and this is 2 months later, right? Cool. Then she says, "You're too addicted to me," right? Cool. Then she asked him, "Are you doing the show tonight?" We gotta assume that's either Uncle Shay Shay or I think it's probably.
He don't do night. He do nightcap.
Is he live right now?
He do nightcap every night.
Nightcap. Is he live? Maybe he's live. I thought he does that every night, right? Oh, he ain't go live yet. We got people waiting though. Okay. So he's about to go live. Wait, no, that's for tomorrow. Wait. How's he scheduled? He's scheduled for in the past. This is 4/22. I know I do that bullshit.
No, it's a minute. It's counting down.
Oh, you're supposed to go live right now.
A minute and 45 seconds. Crazy.
Hey, Shannon, I know you got me blocked on Instagram, so you can unblock me, bro. You know, we're not no enemies, bro. I only said you look zesty. You did look zesty. You feel what I'm saying?
You blocked Ed.
Yeah, like that's not no shit that you should block me. You might be getting a lot of people making gay jokes about you, but like, bro, like I don't even think it's like that. And I think I'm looking at the situation fair. I do like what you're doing. You have to work through this, right? Like, trust me. I kind of want to be on stream when they had some last bullshit about me, but I also understood the people that do support you. They need to see you work through this. They need to see the fact that you're not running and hiding, because that even looks even more guilty. You got to work through this, and it's gonna be tough. But you got to keep doing your live streams. You got to keep working through this, my nigga. And look like he's gonna do it because he's gonna be on pretty much in a couple minutes, right? All right, so let's get back to it. She's already doing the show tonight. So I guess this is probably nightcap, right? Which, by the way, it would make sense if I'm thinking about timing. She asked this, so 5. All right, anyway, let's not do that. He says yes. Then she says, call me. I miss you, daddy. This is January 11, 2024. She says, call you back. And she says, KK.
Uncle living his best life.
Asshole get married. So, you know what I mean? She was using her tongue like a bidet. A fecal matter. Like, he was doing a thing. And, you know, I'm not going to judge Uncle Shay Shay for his kinks.
I find it weird. I'm a judge. It's not my cup of tea.
I'm not going to judge him for his kinks. It is what it is. All right? Now, unless you were saying some shit like, yo, pull out the dildo and fuck me in the ass. I'm like, yo, shit, you're wildin'. But, yeah, he's getting his ass eaten by this girl. Whatever. I'm not going to, listen. What we say, Ray? We said,
freaky ass nigga, here's 69 God. Freaky ass nigga, here's 69 God.
Okay, exactly, right? So she said she want to put her tongue in his asshole and then she wants to marry. Oh, shit. She says him basically naked vision. Okay? Oh, it's another one. What the fuck? Then she says, look like he must be doing it.
He ain't shit for that drop.
Then she says some Instagram shit. And she says, I can't wait to have a black baby. Bro, I ain't gonna lie, chat. Like, I don't know why she keep having to say black. Like, bro, just say, I can't wait to have your baby. I can't wait to have a baby with my daddy Shannon. I can't wait to have Shannon's baby. Why she gotta say black baby? It's kind of like she's almost like a black baby's like this thing. Like a black baby's like a different baby. You know what I'm saying? So I can't wait to have a black baby. Then she says, bro. Then he says, I'm on the plane. Then he says, I guess he just said this again, I'm on the plane. Then she says, you know I do, daddy, and a big black baby. Why does she keep saying that? Then she says, see you tonight. Then, I don't know what this means, but he keeps saying that. Cool. Then she says, I told you, please stop hanging up on me like that. At least say bye. It's very disrespectful, Shannon. Now, this is 224. Or it was a leap year in 2024, so at 29 days. And this was 229, 2024. Here's Shannon. He says, I want to fuck. If I was 38, I would definitely impregnate her. So Shannon Sharpe freaky as a motherfucker.
If I was 38.
I don't fuck. It looked like she was pressing him. And that was probably from the court. She was pressing him about having a baby. And he was just saying, yo, I'm in my 50s. Like, yo, it's kind of crazy if I'm having a child now. But I want to fuck you. But I want to have a baby. Because I'm guessing she must be taking these conversations serious. Like, why are you not nothing? Well, I mean, I guess he was nothing to her because she's on IUD. But she's probably like, babe, when you want to take this out, like, that can get pregnant. And he's probably gaslighting a little bit, but don't do it too much because she's going to have the expectation that he's going to want to have a child with her when really he just want to get his dick wet, right?
The fuck is this nigga eating? This nigga done stopped and had lunch, but he had been going for 52 minutes.
Impregnate me. Then she says, if I was 38 or if you were 38, okay? So she's talking about the kids. She says, I mean, could you still impregnate me? She says, age is just a number. Which, by the way, this is a very good message for Shannon Sharpe to include in this package to be like, in case y'all are saying that, oh, I'm preying on a young woman. Granted, this is a legal relationship. She's of age. But if y'all are saying, oh, I am older and wiser.
She a motherfucking porn star.
More money, I got fame, and I'm manipulating this young, naive girl. She's the one telling him age is just a number. And she's asking for a baby repeatedly.
But he manipulating her.
She says me, and he says, yo, Gabby, that's a kink for you. You and I both know you don't want a baby. So it looked like clearly she kept saying to him, yo.
And the nigga that's trying to manipulate her saying, man, look, you know you don't want no goddamn baby. That's a kink for you. And he also knows that's a paycheck for her too. That's why she wants the baby, so she could be locked in for the next 18 years. At least 18. Maybe they get married, maybe not, but at least 18 years she tied to that nigga. He ain't going nowhere. She 20.
Want me to get you pregnant, right? And she would say, yeah, nothing to me. Like, I want to have a baby. Like, make me pregnant. And what he was saying is, yo, that's cool while we're having sex talk and foreplay and sex play, but like, we know you're not trying to have a baby, right? And like, also like, think about my life. Like, my life, 50-something years old. Like, come on. Maybe if I was like 38, maybe I give you a baby. But like, come on now, like, right? So he's calling her bluff. You don't really want a baby, right? And then she says, you're the one that has a breeding kink. So she's saying, Shannon, you're the one that wants to impregnate me, not necessarily I would be pregnant, right? Then she continues to say, I mean, I only want a baby if it's from you. I think I'd be a good mom. So she's saying, I want a baby, but only from you. Then she says, I've always wanted a black baby. I ain't gonna lie, this just sounds wrong, bro. This just sounds wrong. Why does he gotta like emphasize black baby, bro?
Which ain't gonna be black at all. It's gonna be mixed.
Somebody says, I see who on TikTok says, oh, that's a white woman.
Hey, can't handle
no,
the
I think
truth.
she's Hispanic. Is she Hispanic? I mean, I think their show's about to start. If they start on time. They start on time like us or not? Let's go to the live. Oh yeah, nah, they don't start on time. Damn, they got 865 waiting now. People ready to see what he. Yeah, no, I think she's Hispanic. Am I tripping? She's not white. I think she's Hispanic. Right? Is she Caucasian to y'all?
Look white to me.
As Hispanic. That's white? All right, let me
that girl look like Bad Baby.
Zuniga ethnicity.
But the last name is definitely
Spanish origin. She's from Spanish. She's Spanish. It's also associated. Oh my God, I can hear Pluto just crying like a girl upstairs. You know, Pluto's my watchdog, so when I'm on stream, he's over there just like, all right, I'm about to have to bring him in a little bit. That's my love. Okay. So it's associated with whatever. My dog's just starting to fucking. I hear him crying. I hit him. They think they're wolves. When one cries, the other cries. You know, I got 4 of them. So they all just start like, ah! Like I'm like, what are y'all talking about? Like, what y'all doing? Anyway, it's not like a wild wolf. You can hear it. Yo, TikTok's chat is like mad current. Like when I'm reading YouTube shit, it's like doesn't play no fucking games. He likes nobody but academics.
Yeah, YouTube got a
dog,
7
Pluto, he's on
second
right
delay.
above me. And so there's like a balcony above me, and he's right there just kind of scoping out. Best dogs, everybody. Okay. Yeah, so Zuniga is a Spanish name. She's Hispanic. I think she's her family's from Spain. You know what I'm saying? Family's from Spain. Now, granted, I think people look at her skin color and just call her white, but you know, it's very important. Like, she's not white. She's Spanish. Okay. Did they start yet? Still ain't start? Damn, they got 1.4K now waiting. They're ready to see if that nigga will have a twinkle in his eye. He ain't gonna say nothing, but he might have a twinkle in his eye like he was crying. Internet ain't shit. Okay. So I mean, I only want a baby from you. I think I'd be a good mom. Then she said, I've always wanted a black baby. Then she said, I'll call you back after dinner. Then she says, that's my daddy. Fuck, I want you to put a big black baby inside me.
We almost done,
he's
y'all.
further even proving some of these like points. He's further proving these points that she was trying to like have a family with him, right? And that she was bringing some of these things as her idea rather than his idea. Let's keep going. She says, I'll let you make it hang. What? I'll let you make it hang wherever you want, daddy, but only if you take me out and treat me good. Then he says, deal. Then he says, I creamed your pussy, Gabby. That's my pussy now. Now, you might, because they're not putting every message here, you might be like, why would Shannon put that message that he sends? I think he wanted to establish that I'm talking to her freaky, and freaky talk with her is kind of like a little bit of control. Like, that's my pussy. Yo, I'm gonna do whatever I want with that pussy. Yo, I'm gonna just hit my balls on that. Like, whatever. He's just gonna say whatever, right? And that's kind of normal for them. Because when we see that in context, we're like, what type of deviant shit he's on? So that's why I think he includes that in there. And then this is what she says. You better crave it, because you're gonna be stuck with it for life. After you put a big black baby in. Why is it
for life?
Freaky shit?
For life. She was trying to get locked in.
That's some extra freaky shit right here. Like, the way they talking is like, huh? Then she sends him some reels. She sends some Instagram shit. And then he says, yes. I don't know what it was asking. We can't click on it. Then she says, me too. I'm glad we're on the same page. And she says, I want to be. So now, remember, it goes back again in time. Oh, wow. Why is this 3/14/2023? I thought they met in September. When did they meet? We could probably look at the, this is a lawsuit. When did they say they met? Here we go. Let's kind of, Shannon Sharpe claims he made $6 million from one episode of his podcast. That's Cat Williams. Let's see. Okay, when did they meet? According to the okay. I just want to see when they met. Then we got factual information. Okay. Give me a second. We're trying to figure this out. The first night. When was the first night? Let's see. Here we go. Okay, they met. Never mind. They met in January 2023. My bad. Maybe I'm getting confused with the dates because the alleged assault. No, the alleged, not alleged, but when he got caught on Instagram Live, that was 9/2024. So that's September 2024. Then he allegedly first sexually assaulted her in October 2024. Then subsequently in like December or like January for the second assault. And that's what's being alleged. Okay, so cool. So 2 months of them meeting each other, she was saying, I want to be abused. I want to be abused, daddy, right? Then she says, 2 months after meeting him, I'm so sick, I need church, right? She was saying, so when are you going to be able to provide me with dick this week? 2 months after meeting him, right? Or we would wait this weekend when you're not working. 2 months after meeting him.
But he manipulated her.
Can you freeze her sperm and give it to me in 5?
He manipulated her. He was forcing himself on her to get the number. But this is the shit she texted. She want the dick. Did what she want 2 months after, but she act like she didn't want to give her number up. She reluctantly gave her number up.
The 10 years, 2 months after meeting him.
Well, now, she knows the lawsuit ain't gonna fail, but this is all a publicity stunt and anything. Now, he can, well, even if he pays her to go away, it's still out there, so he might as well just ride the wave. It's out there anyway. It ain't going nowhere. I wouldn't get it, bitch. Shit, fuck it. We going to court, and then when you lose, I want my legal fees paid. You might as well just hang it on out. But yeah, she, if nothing else, her name got big. She just got some more Instagram followers because he put the name out there. Her OnlyFans is gonna jump up.
So it's establishing that this whole kink about having babies was her thing. And
it's gonna be some freak ass niggas that's into the shit Shannon Sharpe was into. Gonna be hitting her up on her OnlyFans, trying to fly out.
See what he says this again. Then she says, why? You want a big black baby? Right? So maybe he's the one who started introducing this terminology, big black baby. Because this is, again, 2 months after meeting her, right? And other messages we read on top, they're not chronological order, so we read things that were, like, this is almost going backwards, if you ask me. Yeah, I think this is going backwards. Yes, exactly. So she was saying she wanted a big black baby 2 months after meeting him. She says, I'm trying to have genetically gifted children, you know? So, okay, this is a smart woman. By the way,
thinking about genes at 20.
Hispanic women, especially Dominicans, 100%, they're almost like taught to like really think about offspring, the future, and not just date to turn up. Like, I ain't gonna lie to you, and I'm not shitting on American women, and it's not necessarily black American women. I just think it's just American women. Half of these chicks just want to have a good time. You will get a chick who her family still lives in the DR. She's dating for the come up. And when I mean the come up, she's not going to date the person that's going to have, it's not about who's going to make me feel good and have a good time in the moment. It's going to be, all right, well, if I have kids and a family with him, I'd be able to dictate this legacy. That's way more important. Their dating strategy is much different. A lot of American women these days, if you could buy a section a week, you can fuck. Like, all they want to do is they're in the club, like, making TikToks. Goofy shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's all they give a fuck about. You catch a girl who's Dominican or half her family's from Dominican, or the worst, not worst, but like, the most extreme is like Cubans. Cubans, like, there's so much on their shit, especially where they came from. Most Cubans actually date white men, and not only that, they almost start adopting white ideologies. Cubans vote Republicans way more than any other Hispanic race. Go look at them. They just came from Fidel Castro and all them type of niggas in Cuba. They get super Republican when they get over here. Trust. People from Spain, not only are their pigment usually way lighter, but their ideology and how they look at shit is usually a certain way. Trust, bro. It's an Uncle's Live. Let's look at it.
Free. That's like 6 times.
All right, they're playing an ad. This is an ad. This is not turned. So we'll wait till they play their ads. They're getting a lot of money from that, huh? So the reason why I mentioned all that is that it's not, to me, I understand the conversation that's being had, and she's from Spain. I don't know if she's first and second generation, or even third. But she's basically telling him, which this is normal, like, hey, you're gifted genetically. I feel like blah, blah, blah. We should breed, right? Like, they kind of look at things like that. Wow. She even says it directly. I need them athletes. So she's saying, these kids, I want to have kids with you because I believe I could have kids who are athletes. She sends a picture, we can't really open it, and good night. She says, I'm getting your name tattooed on me in an hour, by the way. Just so I would let you know.
What?
Oh, shit. I ain't gonna lie, when a girl say that, niggas be feeling good. Like,
he manipulated her, but she said, I'm going to get your name tattooed on me. He ain't asked her to do it. Just volunteer work. We had like 9 minutes left
You feel me?
on
You feel
double
me?
speed.
So she was doing everything. She's 20 years. Let me tell you this. And this is another thing too. Again, I ain't speaking about black women. I'm speaking about American women. The average 21-year-old woman that is like, if she's like directly like she got family in Spain or Cuba or Dominican Republic, they're like 40 mentally because they know how to acquiesce to a dude to get what they want. They realize like all these bitches running around here twerking all the time and acting ratchet. Yeah, them girls is good to fuck, but niggas ain't gonna really lock in with them. There's them immigrant girls. They know how to lock in with you. Even if, by the way, they still have the same motives. They're just not gonna be doing the other shit. They'll be saying shit like this. Oh, I'm gonna get your name tatted. Oh yeah, no, I don't want to do this for you. Blah blah blah. Same shit, bro. Right? And again, if anybody disagrees with me, like I'm telling you, I'm going off also experience. When you deal with women who are, and I'm not saying they're any better, so I don't want people to hit me with a trick shit. Oh, you tethers. No, it's different strategies. A lot of American chicks I see, because of the culture, they attract men with the fast life bullshit. A lot of women who are immigrants, they both have the same goal. They're both the same, but they try to attract you with certain different things. Family building, this and third. Oh, commit, like they act like they're the most committed. They act like they're, whatever. While the other girls, they just act like they have the most fun with you. Again, I'm going off anecdotal experience, by the way. So, what's this? It says, in front of my cognac. I don't know if he was asking her to take a picture. He has like this fucking cognac or whatever. Yo, if anybody did a real Dominican, you'll be familiar with the term chapeador. Okay, if you don't know that word, you ain't gonna get a Dominican girl. Dominicans are raised differently. Trust. Dominicans are raised differently in how they look at men, how they vet men, how they acquire men, and how they extract value of dudes. Trust. It's completely different, bro. I promise you. Cubans are the same. They're not in here just fucking for fucking. They got missions. Now, I don't know about Spanish women in terms of women from Spain. I can speak on a few countries. I dated a couple Dominicans. I know about Dominican chicks. And I know how the Cuban chicks are. Okay? Anyway, all right, so that's the end of the messages. Let's go take a look.
2 divided by 1, carry a really good deal. They told me I should have been a tax accountant. Well, would you trust me with your thing? Try to make James Harden, try to make Julius Randle, make them go left, make them go right. Big time play. I was happy to see LeBron when you got a soft tissue inside.
So we Batman and Robin. I know you're going through it today, but we got you.
In Minnesota, the Lakers win 94-85.
Atkins logic. Ocho can't
What would you talk from the Lakers?
Shoot the goddamn intensity. They act like they want.
Yo, I gotta be Dave Chappelle funny, nigga. I was trying to drop 50. I understand. Listen, I keep telling y'all, and this is what I'm saying. Yo, could y'all post in Shannon's chat? Atkins watching you. Yo, he fucks with you. Just say he fucks with you. Just say like, yo, act rocks with you, uncle. Academics rocks with you, uncle. He rock with you. Like, don't hate me because I called you Zesty. I just called it out with this. But I know what today is like for him. I know. He gonna break. He a football player, right? He gonna break down X's and O's. He might bring out a whiteboard and be like, yo, so LeBron was here. They actually had this back screen right here, and then they went here, but you gotta look on the other side. This thing gonna sound like a coach today. He gonna break down that. That's how you gotta, when you're in that moment where everybody's on you, you gotta show people, like, let me tell you this. That first case or whatever, you know me, like, ain't nobody break down cases better than they got. When I was going through it, that first case I broke down, nigga, I was there trying to solve the murder, nigga. Okay?
To play tonight, they act like they want to be there.
And you let you in for it.
Right.
Guys are making shoot.
Why somebody up hating tonight?
Give him no shoot around free. You got to contest those shots. And I thought the Lakers did a great job of contesting, closing out to the body.
Yo, is he watching the chat?
Point line, but Nas Reed did not have.
He read the chat sometimes,
shoot around free.
but he be having 100,000 people in there watching. It's hard to see that shit.
Really think this nigga talking a mile a minute. He's trying to get through this shit. My boy, that was really all he did the other night. But in this game, this is what I like to see from the Lakers. They need a balance. I mean, they was okay. Still, I need a little bit more from the bench. Especially going on the road. Especially going on the road.
Mm-hmm. Listen, the defense. Defense.
It was scrappy.
Defense. The boy was scrappy tonight, bro. You can tell they played different. They wanted it. You can just tell. I'm not sure what the difference is in game 1 and game 2.
You looking at the second,
completely different team. Completely different team.
Yeah, because you look at Mike Conley, he had some big threes in game 1, Ocho. Yeah. He had 0 points tonight. Got some great cardio. Got 21 minutes of cardio. Hey, that's pretty good. Continue running cardio, probably fast cardio too.
Your uncle's getting cardio in that
bedroom. And 2, he had 25.6 rebounds. The other night he had 9 assists.
Mm-hmm.
Tonight he had none. You see? I told you, Ocho, I said, hey, you can't let him get the others involved. See, what Luka hurts you is Luka go get 40.
Yo, Skip Bayless. I seen Skip. Yo, you know who probably set this shit up?
He said Skip set
I
him
seen Skip
up.
recently, though. Jubilee.
All right, y'all. That's it. That's all I got. We finna head over to Truth Hurts. I made Truth 19 minutes late. She should be live at 10:30, but I know
I've been changing that thing to 11 o'clock. I've been changing my time to 11 o'clock, sir. Don't do that.
Yeah, I know you better than you know yourself, ma'am.
Whatever. I'm back. Sorry, I had to deal with Dad for a
I
minute.
didn't know it was done. So good.
Oh, people, I gotta tell you, man, dementia's a motherfucker.
Dementia. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we had to get a hospital bed, so we got a hospital bed yesterday. But no, he's comfortable, so things are good.
That's good. Praying for you, Gabe, and your dad.
Yeah. Well, Dad's in the twilight of his life. He's chilling.
Yeah.
It's a lot though, because like before the hospital bed, he was falling left and right. It's so hard to pick him up because it's like just dead weight. I'm not a big guy. And I'm the only guy that really can do it around here because my brother's works. Even if I wanted to have a job, I couldn't have one.
That's a job in itself right there.
It is. He's comfortable with me. Like, he likes me the best because my mom's kind of bossy. My brother's not around, and it's just me, really.
Right.
I'm like the quote unquote good nurse. Sometimes he doesn't even know who the fuck I am, but it's like, it is what it is. He just knows I'm the cool one.
Not the cool one.
Yeah, but it is what it is, people. It is what it is. Some days it's sad. Some days it's kind of funny. Like, my dad can be funny at times.
Right.
He's still in there. He's still in there. Somewhere. But yeah, he's still in there. He's still my father.
Yeah, he is.
But yeah, people, where are we at right now? Where are we at, Trey? What do we got going?
We're leaving.
We're leaving.
Headed over the troops in 30 minutes.
I'm ready for it.
He don't know.
Until the next episode. Whatever, Terry.
See
Wake
y'all.
your ass up.
Whatever. I'm woke.
Never been a hoe, I stay on go, so what the business? Nigga talking reckless, shoot his bitch ass with the quickness. Now he bleeding, sorry, begging, asking for forgiveness. Bow, 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 limp biscuit. All my niggas wildin', they done labeled us a misfit. Wake up every morning, 2 or 3, 5 in the Fitbit. Oh shit, didn't nobody come to see you old, it's some focus. Shoot 100 shots, no reloaded. Master of the game, you would think I'm into coded. Memphis niggas spit this pimpin', mackin' like I'm golden. Ho, with my money, you gon' turn me to the old me. Stay high, first class flight, I'm in the nosebleed. Hop it, cook it, whip it, ship it till you count the proceeds. OG, I've been moving fast niggas since 03. Low key, niggas hating, but they don't want no beef. State gang, true sippers, bitch, I bet we gon' eat. Get jammed, get a lawyer, make it bunny, don't speak. Pour up, I need some more. A nigga had a long week. Shout out to my plug, he showed me love, he out in Long Beach. I'm too geek, walking by myself but left with 2 freaks. Ooh, we nothing in they mouth and on they booty. Austin Power swag, yeah baby, this is groovy. You can call me money boy or you can call me nudie. Hood niggas, churches, chicken, let me get a 2-piece. Top down, 2-seater, let me feel the 2 breathe. Gotta hold it steady, chopper, kick it back like Bruce Lee. Lately I've been in the zone, I guess I'm in my 2-3. Don't call my phone for nothing less than a QP. Feeling like the Migos, cause my bitch is bad and bougie. All my haters love me, all these bitches is some groupies. Came a long way, I like to introduce the new me. Standing on business like I'm king or like I'm Drewski. Call me Ron Island cause I like my love for shoes. Yeah, when we link it's a movie, she bustin' like a Uzi. I love the way she do me, I beat it up like Uzi. She dancing just like Suki. Call me Ron Island cause I let my lover choose it. When we link it's a movie, she bustin' like a Uzi. I love the way she do me, I beat it up like Uzi. She dancing just like Suki. I never been a hoe, I stay on go, so what the business? Nigga talking reckless, shoot his bitch ass with the quickness. Name pleading sorry, baby, asking for forgiveness. Bow, 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 Limp Biscuit. Never been a hoe, I stay on go, so what the business? Nigga talking reckless, shoot his bitch ass with the quickness. Name pleading sorry, baby, asking for forgiveness. Bow, 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 Limp Biscuit.